Hello, and in this part 2 video I'm going to describe your favourite song, and in it you should say what it's about, when you heard it for the first time, how often you listen to this song, and explain why you think it is your favourite. Now, this is quite a tricky topic for me to prepare as an example because what is my favourite song will be very different to what is your favourite song. But what you need to remember is that you're not memorising my answer, you're taking certain words and phrases and adapting them to talk about your own song. Now, I haven't been able to cover everything in my model answer, so I'm just going to give you a few suggestions first of things that you might include in your answer. So in terms of songs, it's useful to get some good grammar in there. So you can say it was written by. Now, you might not know who it was written by, so you could say, I'm not entirely sure who it was written by. Now, you might say it is performed by. It was released in, and again you could change that to I'm not entirely sure when it was released. And this is a much better sentence than saying it was released in 2018. Just learn the phrase I'm not entirely sure when it was released, and you can use that for a film, or you can use it for a song, or you can use it for a book. I'm not entirely sure when it was published. When we talk about songs, we might talk about the lead singer. Another way of saying singer is vocalist, the lead vocalist. You might talk about the lyrics of the song. These are the words of the song, and they might be described as catchy. This means they're memorable, they're easy to remember. So, for example, there was a song last year called Despacito, and the word Despacito was repeated over and over again, and it makes it a very catchy song. So these are just a few things I wanted to add. I have a few of these things in my model answer, but not all of them. And I don't want you to watch the model answer and think, well, I'm never going to talk about that song, so it's irrelevant. There are other things in the model answer that you can use, and I will point this out as we go through the model answer later. Well, I have decided to talk about my favourite song at the moment, which is called Fake Love, and it is sung by a 7-piece Korean boy band called BTS. The first time I heard it was their performance at the Billboard Music Awards. I didn't actually see it live, but hashtag BTS was trending on Twitter, and so I clicked on it to see what it was. After watching their live performance of this particular song, I fell in love with this band and their music. The song has now topped the charts worldwide, although it is still relatively unheard of in my country. However, that did not stop me from playing it out loud on repeat, which annoyed my family tremendously. I still listen to this track quite regularly, but since discovering their back catalogue, I'm now listening to a lot of their older songs. The genre is K-pop, which incorporates rap as well as singing. The lyrics are written in Korean, which makes the song a bit of a challenge to sing along to, but that's the fun. Furthermore, their music videos also include mesmerising choreography, which makes the whole performance even more jaw-dropping. Some of their videos have amassed over 100 million views on YouTube. One of the main reasons that I'm obsessed with BTS is they have inspired me to learn Korean and find out more about Korean culture. In my country, songs sung in other languages have never really been popular, but Despacito, which was released last year, changed people's attitudes to foreign music. So let's go through some of the vocabulary, and like I said before, you're probably not going to talk about BTS, but you can do if you want, but if you're not, you can still use some of these words and phrases, such as well, I have decided to talk about, because it uses the present perfect, which is a great way to start your answer. It is sung by, and again we've got some passive here, which is great grammar. Think about the song that you're going to talk about, and is it a 4-piece? Is it a 5-piece? This means the number of members in the group. And when it's a group of boys and they're quite young, like BTS are, we call them a boy band. A performance is them singing their songs, and they really do put in a good performance because they dance and sing. This is useful vocabulary for other topics as well. Things trend on Twitter. This means lots of people are talking about them. So BTS was trending on Twitter. So we're talking about something that lots of people are talking about and using the hashtag. And so then you see it in the list of trends. When using words like after or since, which is in the next paragraph, we follow it with an ing verb, and it just shows that you have good command of grammar after watching, since discovering, before having. All of these words take an ing form after them. A live performance is where they're singing it in front of an audience. And band is another word for a group, so it's good to avoid repetition in this topic, and so use band and group. To top the charts means to be number 1, either on iTunes or on your national charts. So topped the charts, they were at the top of the charts. Relatively unheard of means people don't know about them. If you play something on repeat, it means you play it again and again. And this, to annoy somebody tremendously, means to annoy them a lot. Another word for a song is a track. So you can use this for any song that you're talking about, this track. And the back catalogue are all the songs they released previously. So it's another way of saying they're old songs, they're back catalogue. Very useful for this topic. Another very useful word for this topic and for TV programmes, for films, for books, genre. It's a French word that English people find difficult to say, genre, and it means the type of music that it is. It's K-pop, and this is what we call Korean pop music, K-pop. To incorporate means to include, and it incorporates rap. Rap is where somebody speaks rather than sings, often in a very fast, repetitive way. And somebody like Eminem is a rap singer. As I mentioned before, the lyrics, these are the words of the song, and they're written in Korean, some good passive grammar. A bit of a challenge, this means it's quite difficult. So quite a useful phrase there. Mesmerising choreography. So this is only useful if you're going to talk about a song in which the video has lots of dancing. Something that's mesmerising. You cannot take your eyes off it. Fantastic choreography. The choreography is the dancing in the videos. Jaw-dropping. Your jaw is the bottom part of your mouth, and it does exactly that. You're like, wow. You can use this to describe places. You can use this to describe a film, a TV program, something that makes you go, wow, and your jaw just drops open because it's so good. Jaw-dropping. This verb here, to amass, means to accumulate. So when something increases over a period of time and it's growing, we say to amass. So their videos have amassed. I'm obsessed with, instead of just saying I like, they've inspired me. So it means that because of this, I now am learning Korean. I want to do it. Was released, like I said at the start, so it was released last year. I'm not entirely sure when it was released. Good way to get some good grammar in there. and to change people's attitudes. Really good phrase for writing and speaking. Often in task 2 writing, if you were writing about the environment and you need to change people's attitudes to driving a car, for example, to get them riding a bike or get them walking. So very useful collocation, to change someone's attitude or to change people's attitudes. Hope you found this video useful, and if you haven't listened to BTS before, I highly recommend you give them a listen. They're a fantastic band, and good luck if you're taking your IELTS exams soon. Thank you for watching.